Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name's Steve, and if you don't know already, this channel is all about money, finance, budgeting, debts, scams, investments, pensions and everything in between. Today's video is going to be about a scam that I got hooked into myself when I was looking for debt help. Coming up in this video, you'll see the website that appeared and how it tricked me. You'll see the phone numbers, the WhatsApp messages, the emails and the dodgy IVA they tried to push onto me. And at the end, you'll see the anonymous video message that I sent back to the scammers,
aka the scammer.
Most importantly, I share the exact steps I took afterwards, how I had to contact my bank, report it to Action Fraud and set up monitoring on my credit report. Plus, I share the real phone numbers and contacts and advice that you can actually trust. This video could save you from losing a lot of money or even having your identity stolen. So first of all, I was in the same boat as many people. I was in debt and I needed help. I had a few credit card debts, some parking fines and some LES debts. The LES charges I'm going to cover in a separate video because I know that this is an important topic on its own. So first of all, I went onto Google and I typed in step change. For anybody that doesn't know, Step Change is a UK charity that helps people with debt and it's recommended by a lot of creditors. But when I typed it in, the very first website that came up, I clicked on it. And this wasn't the official Step Change website, but it looked really professional. On the homepage, it asked me 4 simple questions. How much debts I had, how many debts I had, my employment status, and then it wanted my name, email and contact phone number. Nothing seemed unusual. Then it popped up with another page that said, good news, we can help you. Someone will be in touch shortly. The website also said that they would contact me from a 0800 number or a 0333 number. But when the call came through, the number was actually 0161 730 123. At this stage, I didn't think anything of it. I was in a vulnerable position and honestly I was just glad that someone was willing to help me. The first person I spoke to was a lady. She took some more simple details, my name, address and my approximate debt and how many creditors I had. And then she said that she needed to transfer me to one of her supervisors. Then a man came on. It was an Asian man who introduced himself as Nicholas Mark and he said he was going to be my agent from now on. He spoke confidently, sounded like he knew what he was talking about, and even sometimes referred to himself as my attorney. Now at that time I didn't think anything of it, but later that word attorney proved to be a massive red flag, because here in the UK we don't use the word attorney, that's more of an American term. So we spoke for a little while and he decided that the best solution for me was an IVA. An IVA, for anybody that doesn't know, is an individual voluntary agreement. He told me he was going to send me an email and said to check my spam folder because it might land in there. Sure enough, within a few seconds, the email came through and yes, it was sitting in my spam folder. It said it was from the National Debt Line and it looked professional. So I opened it, then he asked me to read it back to him. And like an idiot, I did it, exactly what he wanted. Word for word, I read it back. It was very formal and said things like, we have reviewed your case and believe an IVA may be your best solution. At the time I just thought great, but now looking back I realised the fact that he wanted me to read it out was another red flag. That's not how a legitimate debt charity operates. Then he said, we've just started up a WhatsApp service. If it's easier for you, we can communicate through WhatsApp. And again, being in a vulnerable position and not really thinking straight, I thought, yeah, that's probably easier. I'm not always the most technical person. Sometimes I struggle with PDFs and downloading documents, etc. So WhatsApp sounded perfect for me. He sent me the WhatsApp message and asked me to upload all of my parking fine letters and the LES charge notices. I did exactly what he said and I took photos of the letters and I uploaded them into the WhatsApp chat. When I uploaded my parking fine, and the LES notices onto WhatsApp, what I was really doing was handing over even more personal information. Those letters had my full address on and all of my vehicle details. Afterwards, He told me what he wanted now was 2 months worth of bank statements. He even showed me how to get them from my own bank account app and how to upload them to the email address that he had sent to my spam folder. So I did that and I sent them in the form of a PDA to him. Nicholas, aka the scammer, then said that he had received all of the documents he needed so far and that he would ring me back in about 15 minutes. After reviewing them, he rang me back and he said that he would have to change my income to around £1,200 a month, which was different from what was actually on my bank statements. He also said that I'd have to say I was in full-time employment, when at the time I wasn't, I was self-employed. I said to him, surely that's a bit dodgy. What if one of my creditors tries to ring the company you're pretending I work for? He told me, nah, they can't do that. They can only ring me from now on, as I am your agent and attorney. They can't even ring you. Again, being in a vulnerable position and just wanting help, I agreed. That was probably the biggest red flag of all, because any legitimate debt charity or organisation would never encourage you to lie. At that point, we ended the call because luckily I had to go and pick up my son from school. I told him that we would have to continue the call and the process the following morning. Reluctantly, he agreed. After I picked up my son, I came back home and I started looking back through the WhatsApp messages I'd shared with him, checking the email again and thinking about everything that we'd spoken about. That was when it started to click. Things like the word attorney that he had used, the fact that it was an Asian guy using a very English name, Nicholas Mark, the 0161 number instead of the 0800 or 0333 number, and the fact that we were communicating through WhatsApp. All of those things suddenly triggered in my mind that this could be a scam. I then did some research online, even using a few AI tools to double check, and nothing made sense. StepChange or any other reputable debt agency would never communicate through WhatsApp. The email address was another giveaway too. The scammer used info@nationaldebtsline.org with an extra S in the debts. At first glance it looked legitimate, but the real charity is National Debt Line, singular, with no S. Their official website is nationaldebtline.org, and they don't use the email address at all that he was using, and the 016 number that wasn't associated with any other charity either. At that point I felt like such an idiot and I felt really embarrassed. But after composing myself, I thought I'm going to have to ring my bank and explain. I called them straight away, told them what had happened, and they reassured me that luckily the scammer had only got my account number and sort code. It was fortunate that I hadn't handed over the long number from my bank card or the CVV number on the back. The bank then suggested that it was best for me to contact Action Fraud, which is the UK's National Reporting Centre for Fraud and Cybercrime. So what I did by contacting Action Fraud, who work on behalf of the City of London Police and handle fraud cases nationally, was get proper evidence that it had been reported. If any further problems were to come from this particular crime, I'd have proof that I wasn't involved, which is exactly what I did. And again, they were so helpful, they made me feel so much better about myself, took down all of the details and gave me a crime reference number, which is very important. Once I'd reported everything, I wanted closure, so I decided to make an anonymous video message to send back to the scammer. And as I promised, at the beginning of the video, I'm going to show you that message now.
This message is for the person using the name Nicholas Mark, aka the scammer. He contacted me pretending to be a legitimate debt agency and obtained my personal and financial details. You have been reported. Your number and the full chat history have been reported to my bank, Action Fraud and the police. I have exported and backed up all messages, timestamps, emails and transaction records. I have provided these details to the appropriate authorities and I have shared edited evidence with my social channels so others are warned. Do not contact me again. Any further contact will be forwarded to more appropriate authorities. Your actions are already with the authorities. The evidence has been shared publicly and you are blocked. The conversation is over. Goodbye.
So that's my story, but now it's the most important part of the video because this is something that can help you. First, if it's financial, you need to contact your bank immediately. Tell them exactly what happened. They can put alerts on your account, stop suspicious payments, and reassure you about what information the scammer does or doesn't have. Second, report it to Action Fraud. Their website is actionfraud.police.uk, or you can call them on 0300 123 2040. If you're in England, that's the number. If you're in like Wales, Scotland, Ireland, or anywhere else in the world, please check what your country's equivalent is. They'll take your details, give you a crime reference number, and that's really important because it proves that you've reported it and protects you if there are any other further problems down the line. Third, if you're in debt and you're looking for help, only use official websites. The official Step Change site is stepchange.org. You can always also use National Debtline at nationaldebtline.org or call them on 0808 808 4000. These are free regulated charities and they will never pressure you or rush you. Fourth, be proactive yourself. Ring them. Don't wait for someone to contact you and never trust random numbers calling you out of the blue. Fifth, remember the golden rules. No reputable organisation will ever set things up in the same day. No legitimate organisation will ever use WhatsApp, and absolutely no genuine advisor will ever encourage you to lie about your income, your employment, or anything else. Finally, protect yourself afterwards. If you're worried about your identity or credit after a scam, sign up for a free credit monitoring agent. You can use Experian, Equifax or TransUnion, or a free option I personally recommend is ClearScore. These checks allow you to see if anyone is trying to take out credit in your name. You can also contact me through the comment section and I'll always be trying to help you and give you the best advice. Before I finish, just a quick disclaimer. This video is based on my own experiences for awareness and educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't official financial or legal advice. If you're struggling with debt or think you've been a victim of fraud, please contact your bank, Action Fraud or one of the recognised debt charities such as Step Change or National Debtline for proper help. But also, as I say, contact me and I will always try and give you the best advice. Thanks for watching Churchillianaire. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.